more. Joining us live is Gordon Flake, the CEO of the Perth USAsia Centre. Gordon, probably not too surprising to learn that the organisation was found to be too slow to act in response to the emergence of COVID. It's mind-boggling, isn't it, to think that the pandemic was preventable, as this report suggests. Now the experts keep warning us that we should expect another pandemic in our lifetime. Can we trust the World Health Organisation to do better next time?
I don't think we can, and that's precisely the driving force behind reforms, transparency, et cetera. The issue really isn't just pace. The issue is the quality of information. There is a real concern that information was suppressed early on in China, and that's what led to the delays, and that's what led to the outbreak. And so when it comes to combating global pandemics or in almost any other area of international relations, transparency is key, and a lack of transparency costs lives. And clearly, we're seeing that now, a year plus on.
Gordon, looking at US politics, does Republican Liz Cheney's demotion, does that prove, do you think, that Donald Trump does still run the party?
He certainly does at this point. It is a sad day, I think, for the Republican Party and for democracy writ large. The fact that she was removed on a voice vote, that it was done without any transparency, going back to the theme from before, that there weren't recorded votes on this thing. And again, the fact that she was removed for essentially telling the truth. For saying the exact same words that most of the Republican leadership had said in the days that followed the insurrection on the 6th of January. And yet the fact that she wasn't willing to kowtow to President Trump and has paid the price for it is certainly a serious development.
How close is Donald Trump to what's going on at the moment? Do we know how involved he's continuing to be or plans to continue to be?
Well, clearly, he's trying to remain relevant. He doesn't have the tools he had in the past, which is Twitter or Facebook. But what he does have is the fealty of the Republican leadership. And to put this in context, shortly after the events of the 6th of January, there was a previous attempt to get Liz Cheney out of her current position. But that was a transparent ballot. And in the end, Liz Cheney was kept on board by a 2-to-1 margin. And this one is a little bit different, right? Because in the intervening months, Donald Trump has been quite clear that he has the potential to destroy the Republican Party. In other words, they now have a relatively narrow minority. And while a vast majority, I would hope, of elected Republicans don't believe in the big lie, they know that the election wasn't stolen. They know that Donald Trump wasn't cheated in this process. But they have to keep him on board because he has a large cohort of their body politic, of their supporters that he could take with them, and without whom they could not win state, local, or certainly national elections. And that's the bind they find themselves in today.